What's going on, fellas?
Another beautiful day.
Blessed and
Sir,
thriving,
yes,
bro.
sir.
Blessed and thriving.
So should we get started, man? Let's talk about the NFL a little bit. Week 8 recap, week night preview. What we got going?
Well, first and foremost, the Chiefs had a bye week.
I know it affected my fantasy, but continue. Continue.
What was an interesting game? It's been a little minute for me, and the times was off here, so it was a little for me. I couldn't watch all of them. Some of them didn't even start till 1 a.m. Yeah, man.
We can talk about the London game since you're there.
Oh, that's the game I actually saw, bro. It was amazing. The Denver Broncos literally, I don't think they have a win this season where the other team doesn't blow it. You know what I mean? Like they don't it's insane. The prince that was promised, Trevor Lawrence, threw a pick late in the game and blew the game. But
did the Broncos win though?
I mean, yeah, the Broncos won.
I'm pretty sure I said they were gonna win it. Y'all laughed at me like I was.
Well, I mean, it's the Jaguars. It's the Jaguars.
I hear you, brother. Keep going.
The Saints ended up skunking the Raiders 24-0. So go Saints. You already know. And it was the Raiders, so that felt good for me.
Okay.
Falcons went in overtime against the Panthers. That game was crazy.
Mariota looked good.
Yeah. I saw that, man. I thought the dude that made the pass, if he didn't take his helmet off, easy.
Oh, DJ Moore?
Yeah, man. Easy little PAT.
Well, they talked about that. It's crazy because it's a 15-yard penalty, but he didn't do it until after he scored.
You shouldn't have done it at all, bro.
I mean, well, of course, but how they did the penalty, I don't think it should have went down like that.
That's why it's called unsportsmanlike conduct,
This guy. The Bears got 20 ball. That was sad to watch, but the unis y'all need to wear them more often.
Nobody care about the unis, man. We lost the game.
Hey, when you suck, unis be the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that game was brutal. I mean, it was just
continue. My bad. Go ahead.
It was bad. I don't even want to. I have no comment.
Yeah, we'll get to the Bears a little bit later. Save everybody, say their energy. We'll have a nice little section about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vikings pulled one out against the Cardinals. I think we all knew that, but it was a little bit closer, only one score. Patriots beat the Jets. That's kind of typical. Philly won the Battle of Pennsylvania. Titans edged out the Texans. Those AFC
Philly's the only undefeated team now.
Bro, they had one of the 5 easiest schedules this year, so they really just playing.
So you're throwing shade on them. I think they're probably better than the Chiefs.
We're not gonna do that right now.
Just playing the easiest schedule.
We're not gonna do that.
The five easiest schedules this year, based off strength of schedule last year, were the entire NFC West and the Lions.
So then they're not
NFC East.
They're fakes. Are you putting your money on the line right now? They're fakes.
They're not going to be undefeated when this is over. Now their schedule is pretty cakewalk the rest of the way, but
how far are they going?
Probably to a first or second round exit because they've been playing dog shit all year.
Okay. You're calling them.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I can listen to y'all two do all night, man.
Bro, I would love a Kelsey Bowl because no matter what, we're gonna get a bomb ass speech. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So if the Eagles
gotta get past the Bills before we get there, but go ahead.
I pay bills. We're not worried about the Bills. The Commanders. What?
They looking real good, man. They beat the Packers behind. They did get those 2 touchdowns I told you was gonna happen. Remember you asked 2 or 3? I told you 2.
Okay, but what did I tell you about that 11.5 spread?
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. Ugly AFC South game, Titans and Texans. Who cares about that? The Commanders end up getting a 1-point victory over the Colts. We kind of knew that. It doesn't matter who it is, Matt Ryan, whoever, the Colts suck. Like I thought, the Seahawks humbled the Giants, a real team that's actually doing well. Humbled the Giants, finally brought them back to earth. Sunday night, unfortunately, was that Packers-Bills game.
It was still a good game. It wasn't just pure humbling. It was. The Giants have come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
I think it shows, number one, that Seattle's kind of the real deal.
Seattle's super legit. I will say that. And the Bills, like I said, Aaron Rodgers, he threw he threw a pick at a real bad time, and I think that maybe would have made the game closer, maybe could have flipped, but Bills ended up winning by 10. And then the Monday night, without Jamar Chase, straight up beat down from the Browns on the Bengals.
Ooh.
Yeah, straight beat down. So as far as the Reggie, let's see what happened. Oh yeah, let's see what happened. I got busted down by Daryl. Shit was terrible. I didn't have Patrick Mahomes, so you already know. Mike ended up edging out your boy Dame, man. Real close. Game was a lot closer than it was. Steve took out Vic. Got to work on it. Paris, I think he's the older twin, so he established dominance again upon Lil Rico. Took him out, finally brought him back to earth as well, just like your Giants, little bro. Mikey ends up taking out Lamey. I'm sorry, Miss Amy, if you can hear me. Pat ended up smashing Blake, bro.
We got to talk about that's what happens some year. Pat's been like, what is man, 3-game losing streak. He's got the shittiest squad, and this man puts up 270. Everyone balls out.
He must know what he's doing then.
Hey, sometimes you just roll the dice, and that's what kills me. Because it's like every time I play someone, everyone's balling out. You know, like I could have beat half the league this week, but now, oh no, they're playing Dane. Everyone on my roster is gonna ball out. It's luck.
And then Ben ended up in the little bottom bowl. Nate and Ben ended up winning that. As far as the Rillo wrap up, let's slide over. Come on, Yahoo.
Don't mind if I do.
Go ahead, Baller. You can talk about it. Because actually, you shouldn't be so happy.
I mean, it was terrible. I couldn't get a tight end to save my life.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Waivers I put in, you know?
The prime position. You gotta draft that.
I hear you. I guess I got too many running backs, but I'm 5-3 right now.
You're fine.
You know, we'll see what happens this coming week, man. We got Pat Mahomes comes back, so we'll see.
I mean, Bola, I'm looking. You don't have a single tight end on your roster.
Well, I traded my brother David Njoku because he was. I swapped him and then.
You didn't trade him. He's on the waiver wire.
Yeah. And I never got anything back for him.
Wait. Let's talk about this.
Yes, go ahead. Break it down.
You try to pick him up for someone off waivers.
Yes, I tried to pick him up for a different tight end. I don't remember which one.
Okay, and then you got no one back.
Exactly.
Something's missing from that lab. It's not how the waiver wire works.
Let me pull it up.
Oh God.
Let me pull up the transaction.
It's gonna show you dropping.
And let's see where you're at in the.
Hey, that's crazy. We're all in the top 5.
Well, at least we know to beat the bottoms like Ben.
Oh boy. Well, speaking of Rillos and Ben, if you're listening, guess where you going next season? Boom, boom.
He ain't listening.
Where do I go for transactions though?
Too busy. He's too busy doing like.
Anyway, we'll visit that another time.
Steps in his sleep or something.
I have yet to be able to like sub players out before the game start. Once like all games start playing. Remember you told me I could do that?
Yeah, once they're each individual player's game start, no, you can't put them in and out.
Yeah, but even like before the late Sunday game, I was trying to sub in or swap some players and it wouldn't let me.
Well, Bola, you know, I don't know if this is a good transition, but you hit a gold mine in this trade flurry the end of today.
Oh, did I?
You have Nyheim Hines.
Yeah.
And I think Drew, I don't know what, so your opinions, you know, because Drew's a little iffy because Nyheim Hines is not on his team.
No, Nyheim Hines is not an elite running back. Like, what are you talking about?
They don't have any elite running back. So does he?
I know.
What's his role going to be? It's the best offense in the NFL. Chiefs are number 2 to that. So what is his role going to be?
Well, we took a week off, but Nyheim Hines, he wasn't even the best running back on his team. So it's like, yes, it's a step up from Devin Singletary, of course.
Well, Devin Singletary's really been carrying the rock.
He has, but it's really only been against teams that don't have a run D or teams that are specifically scheming to try and stop Josh Allen's deep ball. So it's been kind of situational. I wouldn't really call it, you know what I mean? James Cook hasn't developed, still a rookie. They traded Zach Moss to get Naheem Hines, so their
That's
power
what I'm
back
trying to
is up.
say. I agree he's not an elite talent, but I think that he is their starter. I think he's the best running back they have for their system.
Oh, well, yeah. But I do think that losing Zach Moss, the actual power back, is gonna now, of course, they have Josh Allen to handle some of those short yard situations, but you know my theory about QB sneaks.
And
So
Bola, I mean, look at this goal. Why I said it's a goal mine. Bola also has Devin Singletary on his team.
yeah.
And this is it's just very fortuitous for you, Bola. It's a blessed day.
I like that school
I still
word.
need a tight end, but I appreciate that.
For you, and he has James Cook, bro. You have the whole Buffalo backfield.
Yes.
So I mean, you could trade at this point. You could trade away some people, to get a. It looks like your wide receiving core is lacking.
Jesus Christ.
Tight end.
Back to Rillo's real quick. Anya lost by 120 because Kenny must have heard me talking shit about him. And Rillo's put up 254, bro. That's wild. Dak Prescott, Jalen Waddle, St. Brown, Henry, Dolchich. I don't even know who that. Oh, Denver tight end.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, Ramon Stevenson, Annie at Etienne, and Philly D. Jesus Christ. That's a good week. It's a good week.
Very
Yes, sir.
unfortunate. Unfortunate for her.
Yeah. Bootleg got my boy Dane. He bit your ankles.
It's all right. I'm not worried about it.
Other than that, we ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get to these trades, man. A lot of trade deadline with that. We want to make sure y'all know who's where. We started with Hines. Who else we got?
We got Roquan Smith.
God, that we'll say.
We got Robert Quinn. We got the gutting of the Bears.
Yeah, well, let's just do it now. Fuck it. What are the Bears doing?
I don't know, man, but I think they're just trying to let Justin Fields get his touches, man. They're not really worried about doing anything this season, in my opinion, from what I saw. Because it just seemed like both teams' defense really wasn't playing up to par. There was a segment there where turnover, score, turnover, score. Like nobody was really playing any defense. They were just letting everybody score. So we'll see, man. I'll be hopeful for next year. I'll say that much.
Well, they got Chase Claypool.
The defense wasn't elite. It's not up to the Bears or the city's standard. And initially, I thought early on in the week and the day, things made sense. Stacking up all these picks. But then, typical Bears, you trade, you get a second rounder, you get a bum back. Chase Claypool. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think he's good. The Bears, as we know, they love Notre Dame players because it's a very, predominantly white, rich, Republican, Chicago University.
You just called the man a bum.
He's a bum. He's a
Man,
bum. He hasn't done
sentiments from you, Dave.
Like I'm just if Roquan Smith, if Roquan Smith is a second round pick, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're trading a second round pick for Roquan Smith is elite. He was leading the league in tackles. Chase Claypool's not worth a second round pick. He's just not.
He's a first round pick.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If you have a trade already in the books, it's like Chase Claypool's not that elite. He's not that good.
I don't get it, but
time will tell. Time will tell.
The only thing that we got done today was we traded one of my least favorite players, Rashad Fenton, Mr. Pass Interference himself, for a 7th round pick to the Falcons. So we're feeling good.
We can talk about Minnesota. It's like I'm living in Groundhog Day. It's like every 3 years they trade for some athletic, great tight end.
Well, I gotta ask y'all, man, because we didn't talk about this last episode. With all the trades happening and the teams doing well, the teams not doing well, who is y'all underdog right now? NFL wise, at least.
Individual player or team?
It could be a team. It could be an individual player.
I would say the Seattle Seahawks. They're probably my underdog right now. Just
Okay.
because they're still probably not seen as for good as they are. And they lost Jamal Adams, and they're still playing as good. So I feel like, and they, everybody's kind of slept on or it's kind of, they all, I think they really wanted to shake over that, oh, we're Russell's leftovers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like they're doing a good job, man. They're killing it.
Gino, man, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. Me too.
I got two underdogs. I got the 49ers, which I don't know why they're people's, underdogs that fly under everyone's radar. But that team's good. They got a good coach. They've got, playoff winning type football. They run the ball, control the clock, solid defense. It's no matter what, they're going to be hard to beat each week, even though I'll tip my hat to you, Drew. Chiefs beat their ass. But my super underdog is the Jets.
Okay.
Love the way they play. That defense is nasty. I think
they ass beat by the Patriots though.
5 points.
Yeah,
5 points.
And there's Bill Belichick,
in a division.
Yeah,
5 points.
Yeah,
I will say this though: the Jets and the Seahawks both killed their draft. That's a fact. So they definitely, you know what I mean? Like they definitely will. Oh, a little fact about 49ers. I believe in the last game, Christian McCaffrey had a rushing, passing, and receiving touchdown. And I think he is the first, I don't know if he's the first player, but I know he's at least the first running back to do it since Walter Payton, like 1970. Or 75, I think.
What about you, Bola?
I'll reserve mine for now. I had somebody in mind, but sorry, I'll reserve mine for now. I can't
Patrick Mahomes, because they haven't been to the Super Bowl in a while.
Say that again.
Didn't say Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are favored,
Yeah, 2 years is a while.
Oh man, you don't like the Chiefs at all, do you?
I think it would qualify as an underdog at this point.
Well, since we want to magnify hate for the Chiefs, go ahead and bring it up, Dan.
Yeah, today is it's a day of remorse and peace because the Chiefs and Bola, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. I don't know if you know this.
I just found the guy's name. He's by far no underdog. He does play defense for the Buffalo Bills, but I was just watching the game against the Packers and I like his play. Matt Miliano.
Oh yeah,
Matt Milano.
Yeah. I like his play a lot, man. He's real solid. But continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's solid.
So, Drew, what was the date? This is 2021.
It would have been the Friday before the Super Bowl, I think. So, I mean, it's been a while. Since 2 years is a while.
What's his name? Brett Reid? Mitch Reid?
Britt
Reid.
Cheers.
Decided to get drunk at the Chiefs practice facility. Get wasted. And then he decided to leave the practice facility and he hit a car and caused did he kill someone and then cause permanent brain damage to a girl?
No, it was just a brain damage to the 5-year-old girl.
Okay.
You asked me what my thoughts were?
Well, and today he got 3 years sentencing. And I want to hear your thoughts on that situation.
Well, I didn't know about the story till you sent it. I read it real quick. And the first thing that came to mind is I've been in college. I've made mistakes before. I've gotten behind the wheel. So I'm not going to judge anybody. Obviously, he made a mistake. If I had to put myself in his shoes and walk, to me, they say he did it when he was about to coach in the Super Bowl. Or right before he was about to coach in the Super Bowl. So he probably was happy for the opportunity, decided to drink too much, made a bad decision that changed the rest of his life. And sometimes it's those little decisions that you make that determine the rest of your future. Because now no NFL team will hire him. He's going to spend some time in prison, even though it's not as much. And the girl's life is altered for the rest of her life that he injured. But it's those split-second decisions. Like a lot of people will say, if not for Uber, if not for companies like Lyft, there would be so much more DUIs out there now. Because when you're inebriated, you make stupid decisions. We've all been there. We all know a friend who made a stupid decision with your vehicle when he was drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't make the smartest decisions when they are, and they think they're living the high. Britt Reid in this position was probably celebrating. Oh yeah, man, I'm a coach in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna succeed my dad one day. I got the brilliance. Ain't nothing could touch me. And when you starting to feel that invincible, usually God spanks you right back down to earth and be like, nah, bro, you're not
So
where
my,
you supposed to be at.
my question to you is, do you think the Chiefs as an organization should be punished?
No. I think that was an individual act. Now they should have probably made sure he didn't leave, you know,
Is that
but
at a bar?
as much entitlement for you to even have the audacity to drink and go out and to be the coach's son, most people probably felt like they couldn't tell him nothing. But I'll leave it at that. I wouldn't hold them culpable for his actions, because that's just like holding any other team culpable for example, the owner of the Patriots going to a brothel. Should the Patriots be held liable for his actions? He was still a man that made those decisions. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel, though. I have to read more into it. I'd like to hear what you think, or what Drew thinks about this.
Oh, me. Okay. You know me. This is just one of the multitude of situations that caused the 31-9 loss. COVID, that came down to Saturday before, not the week before, as per usual. Extensive O-line injuries. It was just one of the many things that affected us that year. And it's not about, the team or anything. There's no way to quantify what this young girl now has to go through. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're all just chasing tails, trying to, that's what they decided. He's got to live with it. Everybody's got, it's the coach's son. I know Andy Reid doesn't feel good about it. You know what I mean? And no, I think it's like you said, the entire Chiefs organization shouldn't be culpable for that. You know what I mean? Same thing with, what was his name? Raiders, Henry Ruggs. You know what I'm saying? Should the Raiders be penalized because he went out and literally killed somebody? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think to add to that, Dane, anytime anything happens with, not just because they're coaching staff, any player that's with any organization, where do you draw the line, the legal line? Should the Ravens be held liable for what Ray Rice did? Should, you know what I'm saying? Like, the list could go on. Or should the Browns be held liable for, what was that guy, the quarterback that they drafted that kept drinking? I can't think of his name right now.
Johnny Manziel?
Yeah. The list could go on.
I agree 1,000,000,000%, but I'm just going to say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you go to a bar and you get wasted, you're wasted, and you leave and you kill someone, that bar has legal action against them. They're legally liable to a certain degree.
That's because they served it.
Now, when he was drinking on the Chiefs practice facility, I'm just throwing this out there. I know I tease you a lot about this incident, but
I know. We're talking. Yeah.
In all sincerity, so I think there is a degree of responsibility of the Chiefs, whoever's operating the facility, the ownership of the team. To the same regard, and this might be a transition to something else, an owner being racist. He's saying racist things which should be criminal in this country. That organization does need to be held liable. So if this organization allowed this man to be getting drunk there and driving away.
Well, we're assuming. We can't assume that they allow.
To the best of my knowledge, it was unbeknownst to the, he's sipping privately. You know what I mean?
You don't know. You're assuming that they were serving him, or they allowed him.
They're not serving drinks to the coaches. That's not.
I don't know if it's investigated it or anything, but that's all I'm saying. If they were allowing it, then I think it's a bigger deal than what happened just with a 3-year sentence for him.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Andy had some choice words for his son.
And I mean, I think Andy should, besides choice words, should probably do his best to take care of the girl and her family.
Oh no, yeah, they're doing that. I will say that the Hunt family has done that. They are.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then that's kind of the thing too, is like, some stuff is bigger than football. Like you said, he just got excited, man. He's the linebacker coach of a team that at that point, because of the D Ford offsides, probably should have went to 3 straight Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on.
Yes, sir. But that's
so, I mean, he made a mistake.
Sorry to cut you off, dude. It's like it's situations like that, and it's hard. I mean, I'm a man of still trying to master my own, demons as it is, but in situations like that, you have to exercise this discipline. That's like getting drunk the night before you got to go to the lab, Dane, and that you're going to be working with some dangerous chemicals. And 2 or 3 hours before you show up, you go take 5 shots. You're bound to make
I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a bartender. Because if I'm serving drinks and then I'm drinking, if they have a problem, my word is just as bad as theirs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's actually known that I'm the bartender on Treasure Island that don't drink. Like, no nonsense. It's very serious you know what I mean? You have to take care of people and watch everything. You're watching, I have to pay attention. If table 8, I might not look at table 8, but if I see that they done had 12 shots in 30 minutes, I got to make sure that they're okay before I can let them be served again. You know what I'm saying? So it is a responsibility. It is a discipline. It is a composure thing. And that is what we as men, that's one of the only things we own is our composure, our discipline. You know what I mean? So it's like he faulted and he gonna have to deal with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speaking of deals, let's talk about our sponsor.
Big facts.
1 second. And our sponsor of the day, of the week, of this episode is Ayadom Travel and Tour. Ayadom means by his grace in the Ghanaian Fanti language. That's why I pronounced it that way. I didn't know if it had an accent. Once I read that, I said maybe Ayadom is Ayadom.
Sounded beautiful.
Yes, good job.
Ask your moms if that's how you pronounce it, man. Go ahead.
I'll let her know.
A little bit about it, my brother.
Pretty much, it's just basically a Black-owned travel company that has a couple of goals. The biggest one is probably still the fact that African vacation, like traveling, still only makes up for 5% of the American market. It's an untapped continent still. They don't need any imports, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just an extended effort to try and give us the opportunity to go and find that culture. You know, it's not something that we have over here in America. We don't have our history. So it's just, a unique opportunity to do that. And they do other travels and stuff too. And the main thing they wanted me to promote is while I'm in London, boink, boink, we're doing a trip to London in August. I'll actually be assisting them with that. So I'll be assisting an assistant tour guide for that. I believe the price, it's all inclusive. So lodging, travel, all that, it'll be $999. And if you want to get signed up, just check us out on the website, check us out on IG, all that kind of stuff. We'll be able to get you hooked up. You can holler at me too, right in the socials. Church.
IadomTravel@gmail.com. Also on social media, Facebook and Instagram. And with that said, we're going to end this pre-show and start the regular show. Stay tuned.